Hi, my loves. Welcome, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Amber. If you're returning, you already know what it is. Ain't no need for introductions. Welcome back. Don't forget to like, comment, share. Definitely subscribe if this reading ends up resonating for you guys. I want to do something a little different. Well, let's take that back. I'm not necessarily sure if it's me. It feels like it's spirit. Um, I kind of wanted to chit chat with y'all just a little bit. There's definitely somewhat of like a paradigm shift that's going on in the universe. So I wanted to check the temperature of that for everyone. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to be taking questions during this live reading yet. We'll see how this goes. But this weekend is definitely going to be a little different. All right. Um, Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Y'all, what's been going on? What's been going on with y'all? It's some strange energy in the universe. I know I'm not the only one because I was already feeling it and sensing it. And then I start kind of paying attention to some of the other readers. And I'm like, yeah, everybody's shaded. All the other readers is shaded too. It's heavy on protect thy energy, period. Heavy on protect thy energy. Okay. What's been going on with y'all though? Thought I was the only one. Nope. You're not the only one at all. Is that you, Lacey? Lacey, I'm gonna call you after this reading. Lacey. I need to call a queen today too. Okay, so first off, just so y'all kind of know what's going on here. Shout out to James R. Eads. All right. Today we're gonna be using his cards, both of them. Okay. I already had one of them pulled out, but Spirit said only use the major arcanas, the court cards, and the aces. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm separating the cards the way they want me to separate them. And then in addition to that, I don't use these very often. We're also going to use the Lightworker Oracle because I feel like there's a need to tap into some higher vibrational energy. All right. Those of you that book personal readings, I want to say there's about 5 of you that I'm like maybe a day or 2 behind. You'll have your reading this weekend. Everybody else that's waiting, your readings are on track. Something that's been coming up a lot is international requests for readings. So I've had some people like send me messages saying that you can't go online and book a reading because you have an out of state or an out of country address, and there's a reason for that. I can't be paying. I'm not paying no taxes in y'all country, so. But I actually found a different way to go about it. So, if you live out of the country and you would like to book a personal reading, what you need to do is email me. You have to email me your name, your number, and what kind of reading you want, that sort of thing. But I'm not doing no WhatsApp. I'm not doing none of that. So send an email. I know there were a couple of people that were sending me messages, but I couldn't respond because it was out of the country. So I just want to throw that out there. Y'all know that this is a special year anyway. Ooh, we love to see it. Karmic clearing. Here we go right here. I was just about to say, y'all know that this is a different type of year anyway, because number 1 is a leap year. I'm sure that y'all have been hearing a lot of information about that going on. My child clicked on you for the 2 of us, so I'm taking it as a sign. Welcome, Rachel. Welcome. Yes, there is a lot of chaos in the universe, unfortunately. But I think that I've been telling y'all for a couple months now. I kind of, first started telling y'all towards the end of last year. Some of y'all have been around long enough to know that the zodiac cycle or the new year does not technically start until Aries season. And that's not really until April, March, April-ish. So one of the reasons why I feel like energy is kind of like quiet, peculiar, stagnant sort of energy is because in a metaphorical sense, there are a lot of there's a collective mourning of what was, right? Like we are coming into the spring where you can start to kind of see not just like on a physical level, flowers start to bloom, like things start to come to life, that sort of thing. Like it's the natural order of things that you're seeing, and that exists both as above and so below. So in your life, energetically, in relationships and projects, creative endeavors, that sort of thing, you'll see the same thing. It's like things that you were holding on to that didn't really serve your highest purpose will begin to fall away or already have. And there is a need to kind of take a step back and cleanse yourself of that energy, right? Like y'all know I really like to get into gardening, which I haven't been doing a whole bunch of lately. But the reason why I'm like so obsessed with gardening is because I feel like it's the simplest and purest act that you could do here on earth that basically like encapsulates every single energy that exists thereof. Okay. And that's kind of like a Taoist principle. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but it's kind of like a Taoist principle. But it's like everything that you do in your life, right? It first starts with a foundation. When you think about planting, right, you first need some sort of like pot, or you need the soil. You need to cultivate some sort of foundation prior to planting seeds. And if you don't start at that first step, at that ground level, there's absolutely no way for you to reap a harvest, you know. And then even after reaping a harvest, you know, there's a need to kind of till the soil, turn things over, turn over new leaves, that sort of thing. So it's just a constant growth. That's exactly what, like, you know, like our cycles are as humans. That's what our cycles are like in relationships and things of that nature. We are not here. We're not meant to be stagnant. We're not meant to stay in the same places, stay in the same relationships, stay in the same cycles. Like it's just not, that's not natural. So anyway, let me make sure I'm reading some of y'all's comments. Hi Maria, welcome. Y'all, I'm trying to take it easy. So if y'all here to hang out, then that's what's up. I'm flowing with spirit right now, and that's just what we gonna do. I was literally in Telegram and tapped on a member to DM her, and your live just popped up on YouTube. Hi Deborah, welcome y'all. All right, like I was saying, there's, you know, kind of like this morning energy. Let's start here, right? Like let's talk about some of the stuff that's really actually going on. First off, and I know I'm not the only one that got something in the mail maybe like a month or so ago, and it was like a mailing notice about the election. And maybe I need to say this, right? Because some of y'all may have not even noticed, or maybe you thought it was junk mail and you trashed it, or whatever the case may be. But for ions, we have been having a political election, primary elections, things of that nature in November. For this year, the election is in July, I think. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because that's what I read. That's what I read on the paper, that we're no longer having these elections in July, but it's happening in November. And so the reason why that's kind of important to bring up, not to like tap into all of the like political stuff, because I could get real noisy. It could be real low vibrational energy. That's not why I'm bringing this up. I'm bringing it up because we've been having an issue, or that's been a topic of discussion since the beginning of the pandemic. And some of y'all have heard me say, and I'm sure y'all have heard other readers say, if they're actually tapped in, that the fact that it was called coronavirus and it being closely related to the tower card or the tower energy, it was the breaking down of a foundation, right? So going back to kind of what I just said about when you're starting to plant new seeds or you're preparing for a new harvest or whatever the case may be, you have to start at the foundation. And so we've seen over these last, several years, certain things just kind of fall apart, be dismantled, be reconstructed, deconstructed, that sort of thing. The way that people learn, the way that people socialize, communicate, the way that people date, the way that people meet new people, the way that we're doing elections, like a lot of that stuff has changed. And one of the most important, I think, things to also remember is Uranus and Taurus. It was, I want to say, back in like either the April before the pandemic or it was April after the pandemic when Taurus or when Uranus first moved into the cusp of like Aries and Taurus, right? And so Taurus is the Hierophant card in the tarot deck. And it is about all things traditional. So elections, all kinds of like social structures, civil structures, things of that nature, schools, churches, religion, anything you can think of that people do traditionally. Family is also too a part of like tradition, holidays, all of those things are part of tradition. And so Uranus, which is a very disruptive energy, first started its transit back towards the beginning of the pandemic. None of that is by accident at all. None of it. None of it is by accident. And so now here we are, fast forward 3-4 years into kind of like the rebuilding phase of it. Going back to like the analogy of the crown, right? We've seen that in the United Kingdom, right? The queen that reigned for how many eons? Finally, the throne being passed on. So we've seen it energetically there, particularly to a Scorpio, which sits across from Taurus on the zodiac. All this stuff is like it's in the charts, y'all. It's in the skies. Like, so anyway, I hope that that's kind of making a little bit of sense, at least to kind of give you guys an idea of like why the temperature energetically is the way that it is right now, or why like the climate change, look, literally just split the deck on paradigm shift, why it is the way that it is. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Holy Spirit, guardian angels, my beloved ancestors, I invite you into this space and ask me or utilize me, Spirit, to be a vessel to give messages of the highest good only for those that are drawn to this reading, those that are here in this reading now. I ask that any low vibrational third-party energies be revoked at this time, not just on this live, but in the lives of those that have tapped in here today. Amen. All right, Spirit, what's the strongest message, please, collectively at this time? We got 2. All right, I like this. Initiation by air is the first card that came out here. It's the number 24. It reduces to a 6. So it is balance. Oh, I didn't even realize that, right? We're in 2024. Literally the number 2024 is here. And interestingly enough, right, this has been an energy, or what my point was, or my intention for this reading today was to kind of raise vibrations. And that's kind of what this card is giving. It's like after being in some lows of the valley, or valleys of certain lows in relationship, lows in finances, that sort of thing, there is kind of like this peak that I feel like the collective energy is about to experience and or reach. The other card that came out here is a number 3. So again, there's kind of this like revisiting of what was, so that we can move into what should be. But it's the number 3. It's third ray of creative intelligence. And again, it's kind of like looking back at what was broken. See, this is a cracked and/or broken foundation, but from it, okay, there is some sort of like transformation, that sort of thing. What's here externally is the number 12, which is there's this eternal energy, if you look very closely at this, it's almost like there's the Hierophant, God himself, higher beings, etc., breathing life through the collective at this time. It's kind of what I'm getting from these cards. Also to the number 12, right? So like in a traditional calendar, the 12th month is the end of a cycle, but it's really just the end of a calendar cycle. It's not the end of a energetic or zodiac cycle. But this 12, regardless of the number, it actually reduces to a 3, which again, as I stated, okay, March, April is when we kind of start to see new things turn over. So anyway, that's what we have here. Let's get into it. What do you guide me, Spirit? Oh, thank you, Pudgy. You're very welcome. Thank you. Yes, sowing what you reap. What you sow is what you reap. Okay. Oh, you're very welcome, Nichols. I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to do my best to keep up with the chat. So you have soul work here. So see what I'm saying? It's you have connect to the heart, and oddly enough, like these two energies, here's this peak energy again, right? Where there's kind of like a division, or there's a splitting of, I guess you could call it transmutation. That's kind of how it's coming through, right? When you think about Taurus sitting across from Scorpio, Scorpio is like the ruler of transmutation. Rather you have Scorpio in your chart or not. Even just having Pluto making a mass transit through Capricorn. Capricorn is about structures. It's kind of like a corporate, authoritative type of energy. Like that's where Pluto has been transmuting that energy, but not just out of nowhere, right? Transmuting energy that first came up to the surface, okay? First came up to the surface around the time of the pandemic. Like that's just where we are. And then this other card that came out here, I love this. It's nature. And so I started off saying, there's something very significant about like being out in the earth, or being involved with like planting, being one with the earth. I feel like that's something that's very important right now. And you can take that however it resonates. I could be speaking specifically to someone that needs to spend a lot more time out in nature. Underneath these cards, you have Speak Truth with the Ace of Swords. This Ace of Swords showing up in this, like the Ace of Swords upright really is, it looks like this, right? And not only is it associated with clarity, but it can be associated with messages, truth, that sort of thing. When the Ace of Swords like shows up like this, it's more so some sort of like victory or clarity that only comes through after chaos or travesty or tragedy or whatever the case may be. And again, kind of like this transmutation energy, it seems as though this energy in this Ace of Swords also has wings, right? As above, so below. It's like this energy is coming through with the purpose of making a clear divide from the ugly and in the pretty, the old and in the new type of things, like the low vibrations and the high vibrations. Like there's this, I feel like that is where this shift is happening or taking place. Where I am in the world is 1212. I feel like I want to read this particular card in just a second, but again, that's also what we see here. There's kind of like this split, or there's this divide or something of that nature. The other cards that we have here is Destruction, okay, with this owl spirit that's kind of showing through or coming through this energy. For whatever reason, like the eyebrows of this particular owl spirit is kind of giving me like the World card, or that's the energy that I'm feeling with this card. But not like, please don't take it literal. It's not like the destruction of the world, but it's the destruction of a cycle. and needing to surrender to that, I feel like is literally the strongest message that's coming through last. But oh my God, definitely not least, we have ancestors here. Oh, I love it when y'all don't understand. I love it when this card comes out. That's how I be knowing. Okay, all right, I'm doing what they want me to do at this time. Okay, so we have ancestors here. You have 1212 on the clock. That's a surrendering energy. And then we have surrender here. And then, of course, we are moving into Piscean season, or Pisces season. Pisces literally is the energy of surrendering. The number 12 is about surrendering, more so to the ending of a cycle, more than anything, the ending of a cycle prior to one beginning. Okay, so I want to read this Eternal card. And those of you that just joined us, I'm flowing with spirit. There's no particular spread that's going on today. I'm not necessarily sure if I'm going to be taking any questions during this reading. If you don't want to hear me read from the book, you know what you could do. You could leave and don't let the fucking door hit you on the way out. Okay. Anyway, Eternal now. It says, within you, my loves, is great strength and courage. It says, however, just because you can manage to keep going when you're drained or stressed, it does not mean that you have to do so. It says you're encouraged by your higher guidance to request assistance in letting go of tension within your mind and body. It says you will gain energy through this release and perhaps even see things in a new and more optimistic light. It says shifting into a more present, relaxed, and enjoyable state of being will help you overcome the past and successfully create your future. It says, dear one, have your thoughts become trapped in the pain of the past? Have you been drifting towards possible futures? If too much of your energy is pulled away from the present moment, then you diminish the power that you have to create what your heart desires. It says creation doesn't happen in the past or in the future. It happens in the here and the now. It happens in the here and now by the choices that you make in each moment. It says, even now in reading this message, you are choosing to be present, to bring your energy into the eternal now, stimulating the law of attraction into action. It says, as you relax in this moment, trusting the past is over and the future shall be truly wonderful, you can more easily energize your dreams, visions, and heartfelt desires. Do you want me to continue reading, Spirit? It says the universe believes that you are deserving of a spiritual gift. To accept the gift in whatever form it takes, you will need to be present, to have enough stillness of mind to recognize it. You will need to have enough inner peace to accept it, to take it inside where it can nourish, inspire, and heal you. It says the form of this gift will be perfect for you in the way that it comes shall be perfect too. It says it is being orchestrated by divine timing now. It will assist you to take the next step on your journey successfully. Your gift might be a piece of guidance, an inner knowing that changes your outlook permanently. Stillness of mind and inner peace are only possible when you are present in the eternal now. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there, at least for now. I'm gonna stop right there. All right, so let's get into this. I'm gonna separate this by group 1, group 2, group 3. There is a possibility that you may resonate with more than one group, and that's okay. But take a moment to decide whether you're group 1, 2, or 3 at this time. And let's see what's going on. Spirit, show me the energy. Let me look at the comments, y'all. Let me look at the comments. Okay. Show me group 1. Show me group 1. Oh, this is the wrong set of cards. Hold on. Why that sound Why that sound like a whole message for group one? You could be making some sort of major shift. Yeah, that's interesting. So I picked the deck up. I literally just split this on the world, and it looks like you're making some sort of like divine exit out of, again, lower vibrationals, is snakes, lions, that sort of thing. For whatever reason, I'm hearing that song by Jasmine Sullivan. I haven't listened to it in a long time. I think it's titled Lions and Bears. Um I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears. Oh no, but I'm scared of loving you. It could be definitely something that's associated with your love life, but most significantly too with this justice energy. Okay, and oddly enough, this just fell here with this speak truth. The truth of the matter is that you've been bit one too many times. And there's this like okayness that you're coming into, or there's this how can I describe it? It's a level of acceptance, again, surrendering, right? There's like this level of acceptance that the people that you love, or the people that you thought that loved you, um listen, come in this life alone, you're leaving alone, basically, is the energy that is showing up here. And there's like that the acceptance of that, if you have not already done so, the acceptance of it in the very near future is what is going to lighten the heart. Okay, what's crowning this is connect to the heart. And I said in the very beginning, there's this energy of two individuals going two different directions. And the fact that these are two like dogs here, it honestly feels like you and another person, group one, may have to separate. And the reason why is because both of you have come to an acceptance that you need to be loyal to yourself, where in the past you all may have been struggling to be loyal to one another. And this planet in the back, for whatever reason, it could be kind of a moon energy, but right now in this moment is giving Mars. Okay. One more time, Spirit, tell me what's going on with group one. The entertainer. The entertainer. What's standing out the most to me, number one, there's kind of like, again, this like snake energy that I'm seeing, or there's this being enlightened. This kind of gives me like the hangman in reverse, like coming into some level of enlightenment, or being completely like absolved of whatever you've been tied to, bound to, wrapped up in, caught up in, or whatever the case may be. Also too, like looking at his feet, it looks like he's taking a step back. And for some of you guys, that's literally what you're being asked to do at this time. What else is interesting about this particular card in comparison with this one, right? This one is showing up as more so like a higher vibration, but in this particular card, I don't see any water. It says initiation by air. So in the past, those of you who may have identified as being like hopeless romantics, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it is what it is. Like being in an energy of being a hopeless romantic, not just in intimate relationships, but also in relationships like with family members, things of that nature, friends or whatever, just kind of being almost blinded by love, or being loyal to something that you thought was love, and in actuality it was a guise of love, some sort of like illusion of love. So over here, like there's water, there's love, but the water is kind of showing up almost like a mirage, right? Because what trees really grow in water like that? There's something off about this particular energy with this entertainer, as if like group one, you've been entertaining, again, things that don't necessarily serve you. And so there's like this detachment, emotional detachment. With this initiation by air, it's like tapping more so into logic. That's the way to connect to your heart, or that's the way for you, that's the clarity that you're gaining, or something, is what I'm getting most significantly. Okay, show me group two. Those of you that just joined, okay, you could definitely resonate with more than one group, but pick a group number two. Tiny elephants. This is coming out as almost like an issue. The first thing that's coming to mind is memories with group 2. It's kind of giving me an energy of, how can I describe it? It's like a reminiscent type of energy, or it's like actually pausing and taking the time to kind of go. For some of you guys, this could literally be like taking the time to scroll back through pictures from last year, taking the time to like scroll through like old emails, old text messages, things of that nature, and kind of taking account of where you've been. I've said this before, but the book, The Body Keeps the Score, is what seems to be coming to mind for group 2. So why memory or reminiscent energy is coming to mind is because, number one, we have elephants here, which they have a phenomenal memory. Not only that, like in the actual animal spirit deck, I want to say that the key phrase on that card is learn from the past. In addition to that, the environment that is surrounding this elephant and or memories, your memories, it's literally like a body. So again, the body keeping the score. What's crowning this is you have destruction and you have soul work. Okay. So there is this energy of needing to go within. It's kind of like a hermit energy for group 2. It feels like that is the advice for you to go into somewhat of a hermit energy, rather that be physically or proverbially. To each is its own, but for group 2, I feel like you might, you know, I feel like you might benefit from going on, like, it could be a media diet. You, to each is its own, okay? But it could be like a media diet. It could be an energy where, like, you just decide, you know what, for the next 7 days, like, I'm not going to talk to anyone. I'm not taking any phone calls. I'm not taking any text messages. Like, I just want to sit with my own energy. That's kind of that's what's going on here. And it seems like that taking that time to dig deep within the self is the way that you're going to end up uncovering something of value. If you look at this bee, there's literally a diamond here at the center. When you think about bees too, they do most of their work inside the hive. So again, there's kind of like this like hermit energy that's coming through. Unblurring the lines is something else I didn't even notice. If you look closely, like these elephants, there's a bunch of like lines here. It's like needing to take a step back or separate yourself so that you can unblur some lines. All right, group 3. What's the energy, please, for group 3? The world. So interesting enough, okay, we have this world card that's coming back out. It felt like it wanted to come out for group 1. Group 3 seems like they may be a little bit behind the energy, and not in a bad way, but yeah, it seems like group 3 is like behind the energy, like just starting to kind of like move into the now, or getting back in touch with the self, or coming back down to earth after having been maybe like overstimulated. That's kind of an energy that I'm getting here. What's crowning this, of course, you have nature and you have ancestors. And when you look at this nature card, of course, there's a lot of like, there's this third eye energy. Some of you guys that are resonating with group 3, you could have an overactive crown chakra, or in the past have had an overactive crown chakra, or even had an overactive pineal gland. It may be time to decalcify. Yes, spirit, thank you. Because this card, if you look at her, yes, this looks kind of like cracked, but it also looks like the calcification of something. And this particular card, is hard not to notice that this energy is kind of like focused or pulled into like a darker aspect of themselves prior to kind of like unfolding, or yeah, it's like something is still unfolding for group 3. All right. Um all right, group 1, tell me why this Ace of Swords is showing up here. There's some sort of truth or some sort of message or something like that that I feel like is going to end up coming towards group 1. It's like the truth shall set you free is something else that I'm getting with this energy with speak truth, and then this entertainer. It's like whatever this is, as above so below. It's like some sort of enlightenment. It may come in the mail, but this may even be kind of like it almost gives like a sense of like prayers being answered. Like if you're praying for clarity, or you're praying for guidance, or you're praying to be free of something that you've been bound by, it seems like there could be some sort of message and or communication that could be coming in soon that helps you to do that. Tell me why this is showing up, please, for group 1. The number 6 is still coming out. This says mature woman. Some of you guys, this message could end up coming from a mature woman. But tell me one more thing about this. Spirit, why this is showing up for group 1. High honor in reverse. Yeah. You have main male here and main female. I want to say this group, I was saying that there's something about like your love life that's significant with this energy for group 1. But with this high honor in reverse, I have to call it like I see it. This is the tables being turned. This is like reputations being, I don't know, it feels like the people in group 1, like you could have been some sort of victim to a smear campaign. And in the very near future, it's going to end up coming to an end. Thank you, Spirit. That's kind of how this water or whatever this is in the background is showing up. Like you, with these trees in the background, it's like you have been possibly standing strong in the background or behind closed doors as there's been some sort of like smear campaign. You can't even see the face of this clown because their makeup or whatever is smeared. Tell me one more thing about this. Before the end of 2025 is what I just heard. This is the number 25 in reverse. The card that you have here is literally the number 24. So I feel like before the year of 2025, confirmation. Yeah, confirmation. Before the year of 2025 begins, there's some level of restoration. Tell me one more thing about this for group 1, please. Oh, Spiritual Spartan, I'm glad that you're reading that book. How are you enjoying it? Yeah, there's some sort of change. You're at the 9. Group 1, you're definitely ahead of the energy. You're at the 9. Just know that. You're at the 9. Bottom of the deck, you have wealthy man here. This is the number 13. Regardless of who may be involved or whatever the case may be, this is the energy of death, meaning the ending of a cycle or the closing of a cycle. And for a lot of you guys, it feels like it's literally the closing of a relationship. Woo! Yeah, it feels like there's a lot of baggage that's going to be unpacked, or that's what is going on this year or in this cycle that you're in. There's this unpacking of baggage into, like when I'm looking at this entertainer card with this initiation by air, it's like moving into more of like a vulnerable or cleansed or lighter state. This is either you, group 1, or this is someone who you've been involved with. There's like this energetic nakedness. It's like whatever like mask that somebody's been hiding behind or whatever, that's being cleared away. It's like whatever this like high vibrational energy is, it's a result from you connecting to your own heart or being like truthful with yourself, is the same light that's going to end up illuminating this clown. Take how it resonates. I know somebody gonna be mad. That's because it's not for you. Anyway, tell me about group 2. More so the lines that have been blurred for group 2. tell me a little bit more about this for group 2, please. It's something about a collaboration. So again, this is heavy on needing to go into some sort of like hermit mode. The difference here, okay, let me specify. The difference between group 1 and group 2 right now is that group 2 is beyond hermit mode. It's time for group 2 to be outside, live out loud, that sort of thing. Unpack your baggage, you know what I mean? Like get more so like settled in to what it is that you're becoming. You're moving into more of like a comfort zone. Whereas group 2, those of you that are resonating with group 2, there's a destruction of comfort. Okay. There's the ending of a cycle. There's a destruction of comfort in order for you to unblur the lines. Because like even with this like elephant energy, it's like there's some sort of like migration. Like there's a need to move into physically move into a new space, a different space. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. So it's like there's kind again with the world too. That's kind of like a Saturn energy. There's group 2. Some of you guys, you may be in your Saturn return, or you could be moving into your Saturn return, because this feels like a wreath, or it's kind of giving like a wreath energy. Some of you guys may have a significant placement of Pisces, or Aquarius even in your chart, where like, when you're in your Saturn return, most of you're experiencing karma, or you're experiencing delays, you're experiencing lessons, you're experiencing like challenges with your schedule or money or whatever the case may be. It just depends on like if you're in your Saturn return or where you have it placed in your chart, or whatever the case may be. It'll look different for everyone. But there's something about group 2 where like restrictions are in the process of being lifted, but there's a need to go in and really study, review the lessons that have been learned or that have occurred, the delays that have occurred, taking a step back to look at why exactly. Was it a blessing in disguise? Was there something that you were missing or overlooking that spirit was trying to bring to your attention, like unblurring the lines? I just got chills. There's a need to unblur the lines for group 2. Okay. Group 3 has the world here. Clarify this. Expectations. So interesting. This number 28 is showing up. Okay. And it's the way that this is sitting on the board. I think I said group 3 seems like you're behind the energy, but not in a bad way. This card is literally looking back at all of this energy. I feel like group 3 has some sort of alliance coming in, or an alliance that they can expect. For some of you guys, this could literally be a Virgo. The way that this energy is like looking back at this hermit energy that group 2 is in. It could be a Virgo. There could be a Pisces. For some of you guys, there could even be an Aquarius that's coming towards you. There's somewhat of an alliance or an allegiance with the person. Confirmation. Tell me what I think about this for group 3, please. Some of you guys, this may have already happened. I was just about to say this may have already happened because I'm looking at the 28th. Something about February 28th could have been significant. You have 228 here, bottom of the deck. You have imprisonment. This is an external energy, but it's 229. So the other thing too about group 3 is there could be some sort of like, I don't know if I want to call it familiarity, but there's like, if you took the time to look at what took place in your life last February, right? When we only had 28 days in the month versus this year where we actually had 29 days in the month. There's something significant about that for group 3, especially because the card that you have here literally is the world. So it is something about a cycle or something being like cyclical. Also, too, the way that this is showing up for group 3 is like you're looking at what you're looking at some new possibility. The world is about like gifts, rewards, that sort of thing. It's like after having learned somewhat of a lesson, being able to move through and/or transmute that energy. That's also what's going on here with this third ray of intelligence. Also, too, like the number 3. So, group 1 started off with this number 24. It feels like they're more so here in the now, already having had transmuted the past or in the very near future will with this like Ace of Swords or speak truth, whatever the case may be. With this number 3 in reverse for group 2, it's like they're kind of like toggling in between the two, or needing to kind of toggle in between the two, like to take a look at the past, but not to let it hold you back from moving into the here and the now, and focusing or figuring out what your future is going to look like. For group 3, it's more so like, I don't know, it's, you have ancestors here. It's almost like it's like a double entendre, because group 3 is showing up as like behind the energy in the physical realm, but ahead of the curve in the spiritual realm, if that makes sense. Group 3 is being still or needs to be still, is what I'm getting here most significantly. Y'all hold on. Listen, I'm sorry, y'all. Those of y'all that decided to leave, sorry. There's a cleansing, okay? Group 3. I thought that was a white bird, a white dove. Y'all, as I'm saying, there's a cleansing. And that's what's in this card. All right, hold on. Let me get y'all some clarification, group 3. Because it feels like you're in a space where, like, you will be getting downloads. You already have started to receive downloads, or there's a need or a call from your ancestors to pay attention to your immediate environment, like being tapped into like signs, synchronicities, that sort of thing is great, right? But you need to find some sort of like balance between being still and then also being prepared to take some sort of action. I want to say that I mentioned group 3 may have kind of like an overactive, your top 3 chakras. So throat, third eye, crown chakra could possibly be overactive. Let me see something. Let me just see something, because I really think that that's what it is for group 3. But let's be certain. Y'all, literally just split the deck on get your mind right for group 3. This is all my internal energy that has been integrated, finishing out a deep masculine awakening. No, for real, for real. Okay, so let's read this one, and then I'm gonna actually pull ones And look, it's magnesite. Don't this look like the brain? Or there's a cerebral energy. Hi, Tammy. Welcome. Okay, so this says what it is. Heady magnesite is a magnesium carbonate crystal that ranges in color from clear to porcelain white to off pink to sepia toned. Interestingly enough, right, when you think of sepia toned, that's typically like the color of pictures that are outdated or from the past, right? We don't typically, I mean, you can put filters on your phone to take a sepia tone picture, but it's not normal. That's not something that we typically do. If you're looking at a sepia colored picture, it's typically of ancestors. Oh, come through here, spirit. Normally, if you're looking at a sepia tone photo, it's because you're reflecting on something of the past, even if it's, and that's what this is. With this expectation and main female, like I could be talking to a group of individuals where you've taken a moment of time to reflect on like a passed over like loved one or something of that nature, or you're being asked to do so. So anyway, it says its sometimes grooved brain-like appearance mimics its cerebral energy. It says who needs it? Intellectuals, aka Aquarians. So those of you in this group, you could have a significant placement of Aquarius in your chart. That's definitely a possibility. You could be on the cusp. It says where to put it. Wherever you go to quiet the mind or wake the up. That's literally what it says. It says when to use it, when you're just too smart for your own good. It says when you're completely lost in your thoughts, or they're running wild, dragging you behind them. It says, remember that the mind is a powerful thing. You rule it or it rules you. This is asking that you meditate every day and show your mind who's boss with magnesite. I like that. But that definitely is confirmation that there's kind of like a third eye, crown chakra sort of energy, like needing to get more like grounded is what I'm picking up on. It says sharpen your focus. So it's heavy on that. Tell me one more thing about group 3, and then I'm gonna pull one of these for the other groups. Group 3, spirit, one more. Okay. I can't make this up, y'all. Look, it's a gate and it says find your solid ground. That's what's going on here. What's crossing it is ruby. It says feed your fires, and again, it feels like you're being still. There's some sort of action that you may need to take in the very near future. It feels like you're being guided. It's okay that you're being still right now. That is a good thing. But do be prepared or be mindful that there's a cycle that's coming to an end. There may be some action that you need to take in the very near future. So this says agate, a banded chalcedony comes in many forms. Elegant blue lace agate and iridescent fire agate are two. Each agate has its own unique vibe, but they all promote an energy of wherever you are, be there, be in the here and the now. It says who needs it? People that are struggling with a work-life balance. Ooh, preaching to the choir. It says where to put it wherever you need more stability in your life. It says when to use it. When you want to get into your body, try fire gate. When too much screen time has you feeling disconnected from anything the slightest bit eco, try the far from aptly named moss agate, which neither contains moss nor is technically an agate, but can still hold it down. It seems like a Capricorn too may be significant for some of you guys. There could be someone who you might think is a Capricorn, but they're not actually, because this last line says, try the far from aptly named moss agate, which neither contains moss, which is an earthly energy, nor is technically an agate, but can still hold it down. Earth energies are typically down to earth. So whoever this is that is an ally or an allegiance, it's either one or the two. Like you view them as that earth sign, but they're not. They're on the cusp of something else. That's what I'm getting. It's like whoever it is that's coming to mind, like if you were to view their birthday in Vedic astrology, they're not the earth sign that you think they are, is the vibe that I'm getting. All right. What's the energy for group one, please? Keep your cool. Ooh, nice. Aquamarine. This says keep your cool. Brittany said Western astrology says Sun and Cat, Vedic Sun is Sagittarius. Interestingly enough, right? This is literally fire gate. So, okay, group one, it says what this is. Aquamarine is a fancy type of blue beryl and it's powerful coolant for the head and the heart. Well, didn't we say that from the very beginning, that there's this energy where it's like you connecting to your heart or like seeking a deeper truth about something, about yourself, about a relationship or a connection with someone, something or someone that you've been loyal to, shining light on that, right? It's exposing someone, or it will in the very near future, is what I'm getting. It says, who needs it? Those who run hot, fire signs, anybody hanging on to an unspoken burning desire to tell the truth. Mm-hmm. It says where to put it, wherever you need to turn that whisper into a primal scream, or if that's a little overly dramatic, wherever you want to speak clearly and calmly from the heart. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like you could be out of in separation with someone, but in the very near future, one of you or this person possibly will come out of silence, or I don't know. It seemed like somebody, whoever this clown person is, it's like they're to a point of embarrassment where now they want to propose some sort of truce. Yeah, because the tables have turned. It's like they're standing on a ledge, right? And it's like this water, or the emotions that are bubbling up to the surface, about this exposure or this embarrassment or something of that nature, okay, that's going on with this person. They're becoming submerged, or they have a concern of being washed away by the very smear campaign that they started about you, okay? Whereas you, group one, you're standing on the peak of a mountain. You've reached the highest point or the highest ground, or there's this energy of having kept your vibrations high when others had no morals, no nothing. Just low. We're in lower vibrational energy. But it seems like this person is going to catch you too late, or they caught on to this too late, that you were at this highest point too late, because you already packed, you ready to roll. Okay, it says when to use it: when you've lost your voice, when it's past time to let go, or when you're feeling a little too en fuego for polite company. Ice yourself down with aquamarine's cold shower vibes. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Because, see, it's like you were possibly denied love, or you felt like you were dealing with someone who was emotionally unavailable. And for group one, that could apply to more than one friendship or connection or relationship in your life. Like that's the energy of the season that you've been in, where it's kind of like nobody has really shown you any love. It feels like it forced you to connect to source. Like that was the whole purpose of you being put on ice. I hope that's making sense. Take it however it resonates. And I think I said there's kind of like a transmutation energy on the bottom of the deck. You have Moldavite, one of my favorite stones. This says transform your life on earth. Literally feel like this year, in the year of 2024, that is what is going to happen and or take place. The fact that both of these are green, it's like I feel like you're about to get some sort of green light. There's this lights, like where you have been met with, didn't it was either, I don't know if it was Leo or if it was Aquarius. One of them had a reading that was titled, "Your person keeps meeting aggression with steep responses." There's a possibility that there is someone that's been advocating on your behalf or will in the very near future. But all these lights are about to turn green. Um, I'm kind of getting the vibe of it's not Coraline. It's the movie with Whoopi Goldberg, and this is not the first time that I've actually channeled that energy. But it's the movie with Whoopi Goldberg where she's the caretaker of like a mute child. And this literally, both of these energies are kind of like, shh, be quiet or speak calmly type of vibes, or be prepared to speak some sort of truth. So I feel like you've been quiet about something. But anyway, I'm channeling that energy of Whoopi Goldberg being the caretaker of that mute child, and her kind of blowing at the stop signs or the red lights and them all turning green. So again, there's kind of an energy of advocacy, or somebody advocating, or you advocating on behalf of someone else. I feel like I need to read this card, but before I do that, I want to pull the energy for group 2. What's going on with group 2? There's 2. So you have Epidote, and then you have Larimar. Epidote says upgrade your version of you. It says Epidote is a prismatic earthy green aluminum silicate mineral. It's the get what you give stone, making good vibes even better. But be warned, if you bring Epidote into your world, be ready to bring it. If you're set on wallowing out, keep Epidote at a safe distance. This is the energy with group 2 that's being asked to take some sort of step back or to remove themselves because there's something precious and or valuable either about yourself, about some sort of project, or there's some sort of like earthy blessing that's going to be coming in, and you need to make sure that none of the lines are blurred at the time that happens, is what I'm getting. It says, who needs it? Anyone putting in the work on their self. Very nice. Where to put it? Stashed away with your existential to-do list. It says when to use it when you're looking to kick a bad habit, a bad friend, or a bad mood. When you want to cast a spotlight on your weakness so that you can work on them. Clearly, which with destruction showing up here. See, it's something that you need to do in the dark, or it's something that you need to do, or you already have done this. You have to decide if you're like in this energy, on the brink of it, or on the brink of moving out of it, right? Because it's talking about casting. Where does it say? When you want to cast a spotlight on your weakness so you can work on them. Well, when I'm thinking about this spotlight energy, you would need to the only way, or the only reason why you would cast a spotlight on something is because it's in the dark, or it's been done in the dark, or something of that nature. When you think about owls, they're nocturnal. So it's like this is some sort of soul work, okay, that needs to be done in the dark. It needs to be done alone. It needs to be done in hermit mode, is the vibe that I'm getting. The other card is Larimar, okay? And this says slow your roll. It don't get no slower than this with this elephant energy. Definitely slow your roll. I didn't notice this before, but if you look at these hands, I'm not sure, like it could be the hands. It depends on your interpretation, right? Because look, this almost looks like it's a person, right? And their hands are kind of like crossed like in front of them. That's what this looks like from a distance. But if you look closer to it, it actually looks like a divine masculine and a divine feminine energy. I don't know if this is coming closer or coming into a connection or letting go, is the vibe that I'm getting. So again, there's this there's this need to clear or unblur the lines. I never noticed that. Y'all see that? That's rather amazing that there's a divine masculine and a divine feminine in this energy. Group 2, you definitely could be dealing with a twin flame or a twinning energy. Because now that I'm seeing it that way with this divine masculine and this divine feminine energy, it's like the you and this person could possibly have a past life with these elephants showing up here. Okay, so Larimar, okay, this says what it is. It's a sea foam toned Larimar. Sea foam tone Larimar is a volcanic blue mineral only found in the Dominican Republic. Its energy is like a spiritual snow cone for the seething and sweltering. Who needs it? The hot-tempered Aries. The hot-tempered or any Aries is what it says. It says where to put it. When you're super agitated, stop, drop, hold Larimar in your left hand. It says, and commence cooling breathing. Stick out your rolled tongue and slowly inhale and exhale like you're sucking through a straw. It says when to use it when you feel like all of the world's problems are suddenly just your problem. When your anger stands between you and the formation of articulate sentences, remember chill is a choice. It says ride the cool breeze with Larimar. I would like to remind you that on top of this particular energy is marriage in reverse. The number 3 is an energy of collaboration, indoor coming together. It feels like that's something that may need to be on pause. It either needs to be on pause, or those of you that feel like you're on the brink of coming out of this energy, it's possibly because there's been some sort of separation, or there will be in the very near future. Okay. I want to read this Spirit said read this one, this entertainer card. I'm going to read this for group 1. I'm going to read this for group 2. I'm going to read the world card for group 3. And after that, I'm going to take a couple of personal questions. Don't all y'all start putting y'all questions in the chat all at once. Y'all see, I'm trying to take it real easy today. But if you were wondering if I'm going to take questions, Spirit is saying yes to take a couple of questions. I honestly feel like I may only just take 10 to 15 questions. Okay. Actually, you know what y'all could do? Yeah, I'm only gonna take a limited amount of questions. If you're interested in being a part of the limited questions, type me in the chat. Type me in the chat. Okay. All right. Let's read this entertainer card. I appreciate your patience. Where is this? This is the Cosmovisions Oracle by James R. Eads, for those of you that are curious. What did I do with the books for both of these, though? What you laughing at, Queen? What is you laughing at, Queen? What I do? Oh, okay. Here go one of them. The Entertainer. All right, group 1. Are those of you that resonated with this energy, this is the card that I'm about to read. And I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like the message that, take how it resonates, but I feel like the messages that are about to come out about this particular card are possibly about the person that is external to you. Okay, so let's see what this says. The Entertainer. I really love this deck, y'all. Both of these decks, actually. Shout out to James R. Eads. One of my clients actually too is happens to be that this author's best friend. So crazy. She got a reading one day and I was like, oh, hold on, I'm feeling drawn to use these cards. And I pulled off these cards and she nearly lost her mind. She was like, those my friend made that day. So anyway, small world, shout out to him. Anywho, the entertainer, I think what I was gonna say is like he really took his time with these decks, y'all. They're very intricate. They're very far from being like um there's just so many layers to these cards. So I don't use them very often because it's wise to use the book along with this, but let's see what the message is. So this is the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting, kind of like a Virgo energy. I'm not surprised by that actually with this like initiation by air type of energy. It is a very grounded energy. Okay. And I want to say that I brought to you all's attention that both of these cards are green. Okay. So this says skillful, amusing, pleasing. It says a strange faced man dressed in a colorful magician's garb juggles the magician energy, and that's Virgo. Virgo, Aries, Gemini for me as a reader. Anyway, this says the entertainer is always looking for the next crowd to please, no matter if it ends up making himself into a fool. It says he jumps from party to party, ready to impress the next group of friends. He knows many tricks, but when it comes to an emotional connection, he can easily fumble. Now, what did I say? Now, what did I say, y'all? I'm telling you, this person is like this, whatever this water is, they feel like they're about to be swept away by it. It says the entertainer is a conundrum of a character. He has acquired an audience from his notable skills and successes, but has grown too dependent on these tricks. Shots fired. With they hoe ass. Anyway, okay, they have become too dependent on these tricks to imbue meaning into his life. He measures value based on what there is to gain rather than the inherent beauty. In a reading, the entertainer can be good when inquiring on fame and success. But in emotional or spiritual arenas, the entertainer is a fraud. It says when it comes to matters of the heart, they can freeze up. Oh, now that was deep. And that just pretty much sums up all of this energy that originally came out for group one. Yeah, this person, they got some baggage. It's like as soon as this emotional baggage starts to come to the surface, that's when they pack up, they gotta go. So keep that in mind. This could be you. Okay, group one. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to unveil the illusions. Okay. You could be the entertainer. Those of you that are watching and you identify with group one, or you could be attached to someone who's a fraud. Okay. Or lastly, this could be something that you share with this person where both of you guys have some sort of issue or problem addressing emotional baggage. I'll tell you one thing, regardless of which scenario you resonate with, somebody on top, somebody has managed to connect to a higher source or to raise their vibrations to come out of this energy. So it could be also too that the person that you're connected to, this is how they were showing up, and in the very near future you may end up seeing them in a vulnerable place or a vulnerable state. Why? Because what it say, where is that? Why? Because this person has grown too dependent on these tricks and they realize it, y'all. And then I literally just put these cards back down and it's covering. Oh no, that's that's what I can see on the table. Oh no. Okay. Group two. Those of you that resonate with group two, if you just joined the read, I'm going to take questions in just a minute. Type me in the chat because I'm going to take a selective amount of questions. Okay. Tiny elephants. Group two. All right. Let's see what this says. Oh, it's in this other one. So this came out of the green one. Okay. And for group two, yours came out of the Prisma Visions Tarot, okay, by James R. Eves. Shout out to him. I'm going to tag these down below in the reading later on. Okay, let's see what this one says. I'm sorry, feel like I was having a download about something. What's interesting, it's like this green card is like there's this brazen energy or having seen it all. That's kind of the vibe that's coming through this group one. With this group two, there's kind of there's an enlightenment type of energy. Okay. Tiny elephants. This is kind of an anomaly of this deck. It literally comes after the world. All right, with this tiny elephant energy, it says, two tiny elephants trek through the tall grass. The calf holds the tail of its mother as it peers around to ensure nothing gargantuan is hiding just out of view. It says, to the tiny elephants, the grass is a wild world of its own. To the humans above, the grass is only a thought. It says, when you pull tiny elephants in a reading, it asks you to acknowledge the perspective of your situation. It says, pay attention to the things around you. If your perspective feels like it has grown tired, then get on the floor, stand on a chair, find a new way of looking. That's so interesting because, like I said, it's like this card itself, it's very layered. I didn't originally realize there were humans in the card, or that there were two. It almost seemed like there were just one. So heavy on perspective. It also kind of gives like a hangman type of energy, some level of enlightenment. This says, you will be surprised how fresh something old can feel when you look at it differently. There is wonder in small things, and there is beauty in understanding another's point of view. It says each edition of Prisma Visions has a unique question mark card. Readers may opt out. Like I said, this is an anomaly. That sounds like that's a whole message for group two. It's an anomaly. I like, even just saying that, it feels like I'm channeling the moon card, believe in the impossible, which is the blue moon card. Wow, it's 111 on the card. There's something very auspicious that's going on with group two. But if you don't separate yourself or take a step back, it feels like you might miss it. You're being asked to take a step back. Okay. All right. So group three with the world here. This card also comes from this particular deck. Let's see what it says. Oh, see what I'm saying? How I said group three is behind the energy? Literally group two. Yours is the last card with this tiny elephant here. Group three, you're the card right before it. So let's see. This is going to be, it feels like enlightening for group two as well, because it's going to speak to the energy that you're coming out of, or what it is that you need to be reflecting on or preparing for, one or the other. It says, in culmination of the major arcana, the world depicts the moon, the sun, the hangman, the hierophant, the emperor, justice, strength, and the chariot, all rotating around the calm, focused center of the eye. Shown as a whole, these many opposing forces reveal their true pattern. unified at last into one prisma vision. So didn't I say that this energy was giving kind of like lion, tigers, and bears or something like that? Somebody in group 3, or those of you in group 3, you may feel like you're being still because there's some sort of courage, inner courage that you're going to need to tap into, or bravery or something like that you're going to have to tap into in the very near future. It could be that you're recharging type of vibes, or reloading type of energy before you take some sort of action. You're being still, or needing to be still. It says, after a long, harrowing learning curve, you have finally integrated the many competing aspects for your life. It says, master of your destiny, you observe life from afar. It says, watching how it blends and merges within itself. Conflicts eased and doubts vanquished. Take this well-deserved moment of tranquility to serve others. Y'all hear the birds? I don't know if y'all could actually hear them, but they going off outside. So anyway, it says, you are a pinnacle of competency and intelligence. Heavy on that, because this is the other card that you got. Third ray of creative intelligence. It says, and in the end, when you close your eyes, you'll see the world clearly, made up of everything that you've ever known in all the places that you call home. Yeah, I think, like I said, with group 3, it feels like there's something that's very, very significant about your crown chakra, third eye chakra, and possibly even your throat chakra. It's group 3 is behind the energy, but it's tapped all the way in. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it other than that. It's like you're being still while everything else around you is in full motion, but you're not taking any actions, or you're not making any movements. But at the same, it's like Miyagi. I think Miyagi is the right saying, right? It's like the student that becomes the teacher type vibes with this ancestral energy in nature. There's some sort of like elevation. Y'all see this? It's almost like whoever this teacher energy is possibly is like descending, whereas like whoever it was that could have been like kind of like in a student type energy is being like raised above. Like that's kind of, there's a leveling of fields too, is almost what I'm getting. All right, let's pick these up. Let's pick these cards up. I'm gonna pull out a separate deck for questions. This is your last opportunity. If you want me to answer a personal question, type me in the chat, because I'm not going to take any after that. Last opportunity. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate y'all patience. A lot of this is like, it's very deep, right? Like, my channel is not for everybody. If y'all haven't noticed, I'm not a shallow reader. Like, love readings are cool and all, but life is deeper than that, you know? Life is so much deeper than that. I hope that, it's these messages that came out today give you all some sort of clarity, some sort of understanding, some sort of I don't know, like comfort or reassurance that you're on the right path as well. That is definitely the purpose. What do we want to use for these readings? Okay, before we get into this, there's a couple of things that I've really been wanting to talk about on the channel anyway, and then I'm gonna get into these questions. So first off, y'all, I am in the background. I sometimes don't like to tell y'all about this stuff because it ends up taking a little longer than I planned for, and I don't want y'all to be excited or anxious about it. And that energy carries into what I'm trying to create for you all. But I'm literally working on and have been since, I want to say since maybe the first of the year or something like that. I'm working on a video for the collective that will break down each astrological house and how to watch tarot accordingly. Those of you that have been around for a long time, then you probably know that I didn't used to do zodiac readings. I used to do readings based on the astrological houses. And I really miss that. Spirit asked me at some point to move towards the zodiac readings, but I feel like I'm being asked, or I'm being called back to my center, which is like focusing on the astrological aspects and not just tarot, right? Because this is just a medium. It's for me to be able to communicate and articulate to you what I'm sensing or seeing in the energetic field, or what's going on with the planetary transits. Like it's deeper than the tarot, right? So I'm working on that. I've had a lot of people, like go up in the comments and ask, like, how do I or what does this mean? Or, I've had people say, like, dang, I hear you kind of tap into the astrological portion a little bit in the tarot readings, but then you kind of take a step back. Because y'all, like, once I get out there in them Akashic records, woo, I see a lot more than what actually comes through these readings, and that's for a reason. There are like cross watchers and people who are malicious and watch for me or to get clarity on my situation. And so out of my own protection, Spirit does sometimes kind of intervene in the readings where they come out more cryptic, or there's a need to decipher the messages because it's for who it's for. In addition to that, this weekend, I'm sorry, like if you're a part of members or you were hoping that I was going to do 24 videos this weekend, I can't. There's a reason for that. I believe tomorrow I am going to do something special for the member side of this channel only. So if you're a members, then be on the lookout for that. If you haven't joined members and you want to check it out this weekend, just keep that in mind that I'll be on the member side of this channel tomorrow, but I'm not doing the zodiac signs today. That's what Spirit is telling me. There's a possibility that I might end up doing like maybe 3 to 4 bonus readings for whichever ones had the highest views. Confirmation. But yeah, there's something that is shifting, guys, and I have to be obedient, and I feel like Spirit is asking me to tell you that because that is literally the advice for this weekend, to be obedient. Obedience is always going to be better than sacrifice. Tap into your body, follow your body, your mind, your soul. If you're being asked to go within, to tap into some level of solitude, or to be still, or to be quiet, or to shift your focus, to go outside, to soak up the sun, to go, if you live near water, to go put your feet in some sand or something like that. Like, listen to those things, you know what I mean? Because it is a very like quiet time right now, but things are about to speed up, I promise y'all. Alrighty then. Let me see something really quick. I'm gonna put a link in the chat for those of you that want to make a donation for questions today. I'm going to go live on the member side tomorrow as well, but I won't be taking donations for those questions over there on the member side, so just keep that in mind. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I don't know if y'all listen. Do y'all listen to Londrell? If you listen to Londrell, go up in the comments, because I'm literally, while I'm looking for this link for y'all, in my mind, I'm hearing Londrell's song titled Solitude. Some of you guys may need to go and listen to Londrell. I feel like the other reason why Spirit is bringing that up is because some of y'all need to pay closer attention to what you feed to your soul and your spirit. Listen, I'm from the hood. I'm not finna tell nobody not to listen to no hip hop. There's nothing wrong with hip hop and R&B and stuff like that. But I just feel like as a collective energy, like we're in a very like delicate space right now. It's like an energy of, like when you get a wound, right? Like if you scrape your knee or something like that, like the first thing that you're asked to do is to cleanse it. To cleanse it, to cover it, to wrap it, or whatever the case may be, to keep it safe from the outside elements so that it can do its thing, like so it could go through the healing process. And so I feel like that's part of the energy that we're in. All right, so I placed a link in the chat. Those of you that want to make a donation right now for questions, let me get a piece of paper too. Queen, who you got? You could, I don't know how you want to do this, Queen. If you want to text me or if you want to put it up in the chat. Oh, you already, listen, Queen, okay? I also, too, want to let you guys know that 30% of any donations today are going to go to Queen for moderating the channel. She probably didn't know that, but she know how we roll. So anyway, 30% of all donations are going to go to Queen. So far, I have chosen, I have Tammy, I have Healing in Truth, I have Tropical for You, Tropical Being, I have Precious, Spiritual Spartan, Jen, sorry y'all, hold on. Tropical Being for You. Are there any others that I did not mention? If you didn't hear your name but you feel like you signed up, let me know. Jen, Spiritual Spartan. There is no minimum donation today, y'all. I'm in a giving moment, or I'm in a giving mood. Yes, Candace, I'm taking personal questions. Let me just go back up to this list a little bit and just see if I see anybody that typed me that we missed. All right, chosen one, you're up first. You can let me know what your question is. And while we're waiting for her question, I'm going to just see if there were any other like random things that I need to address in the comments. I don't have a question. I just want to say you're definitely one of the best. Thank you, Kirk. I really appreciate that. Definitely a deeper medium and seer, which makes sense why you take, yes, Vedic astrology. Absolutely. And that's something else that I'm going to get into, giving you guys more like knowledge and information on the member side of this channel. Group 3 is like a leopard waiting to pounce on a deer, walking towards it. Absolutely. I feel like, yeah, like group 3 is kind of like I'm like seeing group 3 in the blocks, like they waiting on the sound or the signal to get back into the marathon. Chosen one, where's your question? Chosen one, Tammy, Healing in Truth. You guys can put your questions in the chat. All right. I want to get some different cards. I'm feeling these. We're going to use the light seers. Oh, we not. No, we not. No, we not. New era elements and tarot. I'm feeling those right now. I'm feeling those. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling those. What else are we feeling, Spirit? I'm feeling these. I'm feeling these. Okay, the enchantment tarot. All right, after that last, yes, it could be a personal question. Please use the link. Oh, I didn't pin it to the chat. Let me pin this to the chat. So the message is now pinned. If you want to ask a personal question, please use the link. There is no minimal donation, whatever you feel like is on your heart to give, but you do need to make a minimum donation because this is an energetic exchange. I'd like to remind you all. Is it? Oh, I forgot, and I can't change that right now. So you guys can also, gosh, I didn't think about this. I need to start planning these, don't I? Queen, I always do that. Just randomly be like, I'm going live today. And I don't have everything set up because I just be going with what Spirit asked me to do. So hold on, y'all. Give me one more second. Because I'm gonna post like my Cash App and other stuff in the description box of this reading for those of you who do not want to make a donation of $11. Hold on. Okay, so I can't pin all of those in. Yes, you could Cash App me Tropical Being. I think you have done so before. If not, it's in the description box. 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 Y'all, PayPal, Cash App, all that stuff. It's in the description box. Okay. There is no minimum donation. Do what's on your heart. All right. In the meantime, Chosen One. You said, give me a minute then. Chosen One, we've been here before, girl. I'm sure that you're going to make the donation. You could just go ahead and send me your question in the meantime. Welcome, Yolanda. Thank you for that confirmation. The lovers. I was just wondering too inside my head, like, are these going to be love questions? I do feel like some of y'all are going to end up having some questions about your love life. That's all good. The Enchantment Tarot. Those of you that are wondering, I need to update my deck list in the description box. I have so many decks that I haven't actually added. I got you, Chosen One. Anything from your guides that they want you to know at this time? This is so random, Chosen One, but I don't know. Don't cut your hair during full moons. I don't know who needs to hear that. You're not supposed to cut your hair during full moons. Some of y'all are probably like, why? So if you look at, in the old school days, right? And Spirit is bringing me back to like these gardening metaphors. Back in the day, even before what I'm about to talk about, right? When we talk about like the Mayans, or we talk about like Native Americans, if we even go back as far as like first dynasty in Egypt and stuff like that, like they had ways to track the movements of the moon, the star, any celestial body. And that was the way that they learned to like plant, right? Even when you read into the Bible, or if you watch any type of like biblical movies and things of that nature, Abraham and any of those other, like apostles or highly revered characters of the Bible, they herded their sheep during certain, moon cycles. They planted seeds during certain moon cycles. If you were to go and buy an almanac right now, the almanac would tell you that like it's wise for you to plant seeds. And I'm not just talking about seeds in the ground. I'm talking about in your life as well, that it's wise for you to plant seeds all the way up to the full moon. And then when you're in a full moon, right, when the water itself in the ocean, the water in our bodies as humans, things of that nature is highest up or brought up to the surface or pulled to the surface by the moon, that's when like seeds are starting to like germinate. You know what I mean? Like, and then with new moons, the water is like lower into the surface or below the surface. And so there's something about like, you know, like the follicles of the hair and things of that nature. It's just not wise to cut your hair during a full moon, shave. Don't do that during a full moon. So I don't know why you needed to hear just black dye. Okay, look, it came back out, chosen one. So this is the reason why I said that initially. But hold on. It was one other card that came out. And it's so funny that you said that you bought some hair dye. Look. Don't she look like she just dyed her hair? And she like, damn, what's going on with this hair color? Don't do it right now. Don't do it right now. That's so random. But it feels like I was supposed to tell you that one, chosen, because there's a bigger message in that for the others that are a part of this live. Yes, put your question in the chat. Sorry, what was the Cash App? Everything is Unveiled by Amber. Jen, everything is Unveiled by Amber. What's the main message, please, for chosen one? What's the main message for chosen one? What's the main message, please? Knight of Cups. The bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Wands. There's some sort of like charming energy that could be coming towards you. A Pisces could definitely be significant. I don't know if you work with this person, or this could be someone that you run across when you're working. This could be someone that you like run across on your way to work or something like that. It seems like there's kind of like a passing type of energy. I'm gonna ask the like how ancestors view this, but it feels like this person could be like a musician, an entertainer, a painter, or something of that nature. I'm not advocating for like you to just like take this reading and like just jump into some sort of like romantic relationship with this person, but I feel like they appear to be shallow on the surface, but they're not. It's like this would be someone who you like on any other given day or whatever the case may be would kind of like just disregard or something of that nature. But there's something that's very like divine about whoever this is. It feels like it could end up leading to some sort of like valuable friendship or even just like a good time, a fun time or something like that is what I'm sensing, chosen one. Like literally, like this could be someone that you end up running into like in a coffee shop or something like that. It just seems like, because like when I'm looking at the rest of these energies in the background, like they look like they all have on some sort of like work uniform or something of that nature, but they're in transit or they're in their commute to work or something like that. This person could definitely be a musician. Yes, they're in the process of some sort of ascension. I guess what Spirit is saying most significantly is not to look down on this person or there's something about them is deeper than meets the eye. Yeah, see, coffee cup, meeting and conversing. It says savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, and then you have friendship that's showing up here. Tell me, how does Spirit view this particular person that chosen one may run into? That it feels like they're a mutable sign: Pisces, Virgo, Sag, Gemini. How does Spirit view this person? Okay, so wedding rings showed up upright originally, but then it is showing up like as an issue. Like, I don't want to say like as an issue, but that's what I said in the very beginning, where it's like, this is not necessarily like, oh, this is your forever partner that you're about to meet or run into, but there is something that is like, I don't know, this is like someone you'd run into and y'all could end up being friends for like the next decade or something like that. Tell me one more thing about this energy Thank you, Tropical Bean. The chaser is coming out as an issue. Yeah, it's like this person may have somewhat of like a flirty nature. I don't know why, but it's giving me like an energy where like you run into somebody and they're like, oh, and see, like what I'm about to say is like the exact thing that spirit is telling you not to do. Like what I was about to say is like running into somebody and they like selling a mixtape, right? I'm not trying to throw shade on this person, but that's the vibe that it's getting. Or they're like, oh, I do spoken word, or it's like, oh, here go my like YouTube channel, like I'm an artist, or I rap online, or something like that. It's something like that, but don't. This person has something very expansive that's about to happen and/or take place in their life. Yeah, they're gonna end up experiencing some sort of like sudden change or something like that. Look, palm tree, it says stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, or flexibility. It feels like there's some sort of lesson to be learned from this person that would benefit your own ascension, chosen one. Meaning, like, if this person has telling you, like, oh, I've been playing my guitar on the side of the fucking road for 12 years, you know, like that don't mean nothing. You don't know how many coins this person got stored away. Like it's something about them following their inspiration or following their dreams or their goals or something. That energy is going to rub off on you. Vice versa, there's something that you are currently experiencing or will experience. It's an energetic exchange. Thank you, Spirit. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope that answered your question. So we got chosen one. Tammy, where's your question, Tammy? Tropical Being has her question ready. Overall outcome for the spring for career in the South. Spirit, this is going to be for Tropical Being in regards to the spring, this next season, the 10th house, particularly energy that is. You're going to end up revisiting something from the past. You're going to end up revisiting something from the past, or something from the past is going to end up revisiting you. Thank you, Nasi. Because I seen the 6 of Cups a moment ago, but then I'm like, hold on, my frequency music about to go off. Let me rewind. I feel like you about to end up. Oh my God. Okay, the Aries reading that's titled this play in reverse, or something about the play in reverse or something like that. You need to go and watch that reading. Tropical Being for you. I don't know if you have a significant placement of Aries. You could have a significant placement of Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, or any of the other fire signs. That reading is going to resonate for you at this time. I literally just seen the Queen of Wands a moment ago. Yeah, you're going to have to revisit something, or something is revisiting you. It feels like it could just be momentarily. It's in order for you to develop some sort of new vision. Spirit wants you to have a different perspective of something of the past in preparation of what's to come in the future. Tell me what's the strongest message, Spirit? You're welcome, Iris. Thank you. What? Whoa. Ooh. Okay. You have the 10 of Wands here. See? Ace of Swords. So something that was weighing you down, something that you had hoped for some sort of like relief from, or whatever the case may be. I feel like there is going to be some sort of like victory, or there is some sort of like, yeah, like how far you've come. See? With the rebel here and this 10 of Wands, it's like whatever, there's something that was possibly weighing you down, and or something that you were feeling bound by, or something of that nature. You're going to end up revealing it, but there is kind of like a cleansing or clearing energy that you can expect with this 8 of Swords here. Whatever it is that's been bringing you some sort of like anguish, regret, or stress, or anxiety, or whatever it is, those days are coming to an end. Something is going to be played in reverse. What does this have to do with her 10th house? Ooh, yeah. Heavy on what I said with the Wheel of Fortune here. There's some, see how it's like something is going to be played in reverse. It's like something's going to end up like rewinding before it ends up moving forward. Yes, with the Eight of Pentacles, I see abundance. I see a bounty. There's some level of clarity. But you see how it almost looks like she's walking back, right? Because she already has like this harvest collected, or she's already picked these flowers, but it almost looks like she's revisiting. Something about low-hanging fruit is what I'm getting. Tell me one more thing about this change or this direction that's changing for Tropical Being, please. Hi, Carisha. One more thing, please, Spirit, for Tropical Being. Thank you, James. Ooh, nice. See, gratitude. It's like, okay. Y'all already know, like, I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing. I'm about to call it how it is. Like, there could be something that you overcame already, or in the very near future will overcome. But the lesson that needs to be learned is gratitude. And that doesn't mean that, like, you're not thankful. It could mean that you're constantly focused on, like, being forward or not being present in the here and the now, that you're missing opportunities to be grateful or not focusing enough on what it is that you already have. Thank you, Spirit, with the Wheel of Fortune with the Eight of Pentacles. Because see, it's like she looked like she headed towards like low-hanging fruit. It's like, oh, look at this growing. Look at that. Look at that. Like chasing, being on somewhat of a chase. But when you already have whatever it is that you possibly need, it's like having to revisit something from the past is going to move you into this space of gratitude. There's definitely increase that can be expected. Okay, I hope that brings you clarity. Tammy, am I going in the right direction? I'm assuming that you were trying to type love. Are you going in the right direction? In love, can you just confirm? Oh, in life. Okay. Let's see. Those of you that just joined, I am taking personal questions. The link is pinned in the chat. If you decide that you'd rather use PayPal or CashApp or something like that, it's in the description box. Because I don't think that I want to say my number is 15. I'm not taking more than 15 questions. So that was, yeah, I'm not taking more than 15 questions. Queen, let me know when I'm over that number, that limit. Let me know when we reach that. This is for Tammy. Tammy, I feel like you're in a space of rebuilding. You have the Tower here. A moment ago, I just seen the Ace of Pentacles. So I do feel like you may have already received an opportunity, or in the very near future, you could receive some sort of opportunity, or there could be some sort of like investment or like monetary gain or money or something of that nature that you're going to end up giving. I could definitely be tapping into your tax return. But it seems like that money is coming at an ideal time for you to rebuild something. The other card that you have here is the Seven of Pentacles. And see, like, she's like in deep thought, but in the meantime, there is some sort of blessing that's coming towards you. The Seven of Pentacles is like Saturn and Taurus. So right now in this moment, you could be experiencing some sort of restriction as it relates to your money. It feels tangible, like there's some sort of restriction, like money's tight. It may not be like that money's tight, but you could just be like you're being conservative with your money, or there could be a slight like anxiety if you're anticipating some sort of like tax return or something of that nature. That is whatever it is that's coming towards you that's monetary is already yours. And focusing on the timeline, like when you're going to receive it, how you're going to receive it, where it's coming from, is keeping you from focusing on where you're going to put the energy once the energy is delivered. Because it's not a matter of when, or it's not a matter of if it's a matter of when is what I'm getting. And it's like the moment that you move into, look, a win. Okay, with this Ace of Cups energy, You can expect the win. I do feel like you could also have been experiencing a lot of like, I feel like I want to call it like opposition or obstacles or delays or something like that. Not just because of Saturn showing up in Taurus, but I'm looking at the Seven of Wands, which I think is Mars and Leo. So there's also like while there's a monetary like delay or there's a tightness in money or something of that nature, you've also maybe felt like you've been stifled from taking some sort of action. And that's because you haven't put together an action plan. It's like I feel like Spirit's trying to get you to slow down. You could have resonated very deeply with group 2 in the beginning of this collective reading. What's the strongest message, please, for Tammy? Ooh, Tammy, it's not a matter of if, honey. It's a matter of when. So you're showing up here as this Queen of Pentacles energy. Look, it's like the money, the bag just keep getting bigger. Because a moment ago, it was just somebody's hand with a couple of coins. But baby, now we're looking at dollar bills, y'all. So yes, I do feel like you're going in the right direction. The next card that came out here is the Ten of Pentacles. This is heavy on abundance. Baby, listen, baby, call me Tammy today. The other card that you got out here is the Six of Wands. You will be able to take some sort of action here in the very near future that you have felt restricted from taking in the recent past. I'm here for this, Tammy. Listen, we all here for this, Tammy. I don't know what this is, baby, but listen, we're all here for this. Tell me one more thing about this direction that Tammy is going in, or whatever it is that she needs to know. Yeah, see, you're being asked to slow down. So what came out here is I hate this word. Specificities, being specific, okay, about the direction that you want to go in, or your goal or the end goal or finish line or whatever is very important. It says the universe can only give you what it is that you ask for. So narrow it down and be specific. This is coming out sideways. So again, just like I said, the money is coming, the opportunities are coming, but there's a need for you to get very clear and grounded and focused on what that looks like towards the end. Detach from the timeline and be focused on what you're going to do with this abundance whenever it arrives. Look, made with love. Something about your birthday could end up being significant. This says a gift from the heart, sentimental, an offering or contribution. It asks that you try new things, being there or support. There could have been fear. You could have been making some fear-based decisions in the past. Spirit is asking you to stop being fearful, to trust. I'm channeling the card from the Work Your Light Oracle that says leap. If you knew, yeah, because this is making some sort of leap. It's like if you knew that you were going to be supported by the universe, what would you do? That's the vibe. All right. Healing truth. Healing truth. Where's your question? Let me go back up to the chat. Oh, General, please. I got you. Y'all, can y'all give it up for Queen? Because look, y'all don't even know. Queen, it's not easy to be my moderator. I don't be telling Queen when I'm going to go live. I don't be like, girl, I'm going to get online. I literally just get online. And she always be here. No matter what time, no matter what day. She be like, I'm right here. She be sending me messages and checking up on me. Y'all, I'm highly empathic. So when I shut off and I be like, I'm not taking, I can't type into nobody's energy. It's time for me to cleanse and decipher what's mine and what's not. Like sometimes I don't even answer Queen. Like I'll answer her telepathically. Like I'll read the message and I'm like, yep, love you too, Queen. But I can't respond. I just can't. I'm in a space where I just can't. And it don't matter. She still be showing up. She be moderating the channel, making sure we don't have no catfish and all of that other stuff going on, all that goofy stuff that be trying to go on in the chat. So yeah, could y'all please give it up for Queen? I would like to remind y'all that 30% of all of the donations today are going to Queen for making this a safe space for us. Okay. Okay. All right. What's the energy for healing and truth? Ooh. The High Priestess. This is a heavy energy. Okay, I'm looking at there's a cat. There's some sort of independence that you need to focus on claiming. For whatever reason, I feel like you could have gone through some sort of separation in the recent past, a breakup, a separation. It may not have even been romantic. It could have been with a friend, a family member, or something of that nature. Confirmation. The High Priestess itself is a very quiet energy. It's an energy of having knowledge or knowing something, having some deeper understanding about something or somebody or a particular situation, but choosing not to speak on it. Tell me one more thing about this energy, please, for healing and truth. The Page of Swords. I feel like you've decided to take some sort of silent approach or possibly taking some sort of step back from a person. It feels like it's more than one person. It feels like this is kind of like what the season is in your life right now. But it feels like you've taken kind of like a silent approach, or you decided to take a step back and let individuals figure out something on their own. It's pretty playa. Let me put that out there. Okay. This is kind of a playa energy right here. When I say that, okay, so look at this High Priestess energy. Look how she's like pausing. Okay. There's like this cat that's dashing. Here's a cat over here. There's a fox. The fox, very sneaky ass energy. Somebody who think they sneakier than you, but you the sneakiest type vibes. But see this mirror? It's like you're holding up this mirror. You're not speaking, but you're holding this mirror because you've already had an opportunity to reflect on who you are. But now you are taking some sort of silent approach to allow the other individuals that are external or that are attached to you, coming or going, to see themselves, to see their own shadow. You could have somewhat of like a catalyst type of energy, healing truth, and maybe like you know this about yourself and maybe you don't. It could be something that you're coming to terms with now. What's an example of, or what is it that I mean about like the catalyst energy? I definitely resonate with that. I like am one of those people when like I come into a workplace, a situation, a relationship, or whatever the case may be, like I go into it being like not having any expectations, just kind of like more so in an observant type of energy. But I always know like I'm here to shake some shit up. I'm here because spirit is about to use me to shake some shit up. And that's just the truth of it all. And I feel like you probably have a similar energy, healing truth, where you kind of just be minding your own business. You be on real like quiet, chill, not really interested in the drama type of vibes. You could have a strong placement of Scorpio in your chart. Pisces seems to be coming to mind. You definitely are highly intuitive. So the other energy that you have coming out here is this Page of Swords, which is really interesting because, again, like if you see how she's using this mirror, there's like you're reflecting this light on someone's shadow. There's this Page of Swords. There could be a younger air sign, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Or there are people that are learning this about you. They're in your external environment, and it's like they call themselves like looking at you. But when they look at you or look towards you, what you're exhibiting is a reflection of who they are. Yeah, it's like a highly empathic energy. It's one of those energies like, how can I describe it? You give what you get. Not you get what you give. You give what you get. So you come into an environment where people are sneaky, you're sneaky too. You come into an environment where people are loving and caring, then you could be loving and caring too. It's that type of vibe. It's very much so kind of like a mirroring energy. But I'm not sure why this is coming up for you. So hold on. Ooh, literally just split the deck on diamond. Shine your brightest. It says who needs it, who doesn't. Again, it's kind of like a catalyst type of energy. This says find your tranquil place. So again, you could be definitely taking some sort of like step back. There's heavy on like some type of like learning energy. I don't know if like teaching, if you're a teacher, if you're in school or something of that nature. It seems like that's what's going on, or there's this energy of unlearning certain patterns from the past. It says where to put it, the sapphire energy on your right middle finger, the finger of Saturn. Sapphires, yeah, it feels like you carry some sort of like karmic energy towards others. What's the message, Spirit? Tune into your serenity. Is coming out as an issue. Again, it's feeling like you need to separate. You're trying to separate yourself from your external environment, or needing to separate yourself. Now, see, I seen this frog a moment ago, and I didn't say nothing. I'm like, see this on his back? It looks like a frog to me. But I was like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's like a spider web or if it's a frog. But then in this particular energy in this world card, look at the frog taking a leap. So, you may be making some physical move in the very near future in order for you to tap into some level of calmness or serenity or something of that nature. Tell me one more thing about this, please, for healing truth. One more thing, Spirit. Who's up next, Queen? Who is up next? Tell me one more thing about this energy, please. Ooh. Game face. Taking things very seriously. It says a competition. The look in it to win it. And say fake it till you make it. I honestly don't feel like that's your energy. I feel like this is air sign. This Gemini, Libra, confirmation, Aquarius energy. This is someone who is younger to you. They didn't have the opportunity to look into this catalyst level mirror that you have, or you've shined this light on their shadow and they're not happy about it. Oh no. You have incoming and looking closely. Again, it's somebody who you're gonna learn today. Today you're gonna learn more so about yourself than anything. Not about me, but about yourself. That's the vibe that I'm giving or getting off of this energy. All right. Spiritual Spartan. Let me go back up a little bit to see if you already gave a question. Yeah, you said your question is in the chat, so let's see. Whatever comes out for me, there's so much change and growth after cycles ending, so I'm just awaiting direction from spirit. Okay. I want to use these. I want to use these for everybody. Let's see. Ooh, dare to dream. Dare to dream. Dare to dream. I don't know, when I just seen this card, love, it just really feels like one of the biggest lessons or major lessons that you're currently learning is that in the recent past you gave your love to the wrong individuals, when all actuality you should have been giving love to yourself. I don't know what's up with this frog, with this release energy here. This is for spiritual. Spartan, what's the main message? The Seeker is coming out in reverse. And then you have versatility here. This looks like Mary Jane. Mary Jane. With share wisdom. What are you trying to tell me, Spirit? Tell me one more thing about this energy. Yeah, it's time for you to plant seeds. It's time for you to have a new harvest or be in preparation for a new harvest. Because first off, when this card normally like comes out, it kind of gives me like the energy of somebody like getting their wisdom teeth pulled, or something happening in or taking place in your life. Not literally your wisdom teeth pulled, but having something like painful or like traumatic happening in order to invoke the wisdom that you didn't know you had. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. But what's interesting about it, I've never noticed this in this card. If you look really closely, it's not just wisdom teeth, but those look like seeds. And so it's like, if you haven't learned anything else from this particular cycle or this particular situation that you're coming out of, it is for you to know that like life is cyclical. People come into your life for reasons, seasons, that sort of thing. And not to dwell on that too much, there are some people that you were only supposed to gain some level of wisdom about like who they are, how people operate, that sort of thing. And you need to take that wisdom and move on and plant new seeds, is what I'm getting most significantly. I'm also getting an energy of learning the lesson of not putting all of your eggs in one basket. And that you could take that however it resonates. It could be like investing all of your energy, love, attention into one like relationship or connection. Now, don't misinterpret this. Okay, because I'm not saying like, if you're in a loving, reciprocated, like unconditional relationship, I'm not saying don't focus on that person or that partner, right? But don't forget to sow into yourself. If you're in a relationship, it's not wise for you to only be sowing into that person and not yourself, even if they're sowing into you. You know what I mean? Because it's just not this. It's not the same. I hope that's making sense. Yeah, and then what you have here at the end of this cyclical energy, right? Because you have this circle. It's like something coming full circle. Now you have wisdom to share about it, or in the very near future, you will. Listen, I'm not here to judge. I don't know if you, dibble and dabble in some recreational activities. You might need to take a step back. You might need to take a break from that in order for this higher level of wisdom to come in. Yeah, because this almost looks like some sort of like detoxing or something of that nature. Hold on for a second, because some spirit is saying something about the herb that's associated with this card. I don't know why that's going through like that. I'm trying not to be all up in your business, but listen. Literally open the card right to the seeker, but that's not what I'm looking for. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. If there's even, here we go. Osha is known for its wild spirit and stubbornness. It says it roots itself in dark, rich soil in the mountains where it thrives. Osha often refuses to be cultivated, preferring to maintain its home in the hills. It knows its medicine is best exactly as it is. It says OSHA encourages you to treat yourself in your story the same. Do not think that you must change yourself in order to be respected as a wisdom keeper. It says what is in you is enough. It says call on OSHA when you feel like you need to be more, and embrace yourself and your truth exactly as it is. Let me let me see one more thing. Tell me one more thing about this energy. the creator. Yeah, see, there's some sort of like creative project or endeavor or something like that. So this almost looks like the same energy. Where is my, see this shape like above his, it almost looks like the same like energy or pattern or something like that. This is a King of Wands energy. This is like, maybe you need to go and dibble and dabble in some sort of like recreational, do something to deal with the stress or address like the stress so that you can get back into some sort of like creative energy or creative endeavor. I don't know. It just feels like whatever you've been experiencing, that you may have taken some major hit to your solar plexus, which is like your it's like your life force energy. It's like your willpower, your self-esteem, like your will to create anything or to be inspired. Like there's a lack of inspiration, and it feels like it's mostly because other individuals or external individuals have made you believe that you don't have the level of wisdom and or knowing that you do have. So anyway, confirmation. That's, I feel like one more card, one more message, please, for spiritual Spartan. Shy. Maybe need to work on your solar plexus and come out of your shell. Nervous or too nervous to ask you out. It takes a minute. The answer is maybe. Second guess. Don't second guess yourself. Yeah, they say sorry, not sorry. Be unapologetic is the vibe that I'm getting. Okay. I think Jen is next. You're welcome. I think Jen is next. Am I accurately following my intuition with declining a new job opportunity and continuing to search for something else? Well, I'm searching for something else, obviously. Hold on. I'm feeling drawn to use these for you. This is for Jen. Ooh, there's a tower. It's going to be for Jen as it relates to the 10th house spirit. Oh, yeah, you need to wave goodbye to something. Bye. Bye. Then you have the Queen of Cups. It feels like there's something that could be like right around the bend that brings some more like emotional like security or fulfillment or something of that nature. You could be doing something that's dead end right now. It doesn't necessarily bring you joy. Yeah, here's the tower again. It doesn't necessarily bring you joy. I feel like there is some sort of opportunity that's going to come towards you, though, that's going to bring you joy. What's the message, please, for Jen? You have the Eight of Pentacles here. And see, like, this is the vice versa deck. So this is the Eight of Pentacles. This would be focusing your skills or focusing on building the skills where you are. Focusing on mastering whatever it is that you have been working at or working towards. But you're getting this side of the card where it's like these skills, I don't want to say like these skills are like diminish, but it's like there's an opportunity to build new skills. Also too, with this door being open, like there's some sort of opportunity that you're possibly like overlooking. And the fact that there's like this little boy here, and then you have this actual, regardless of gender, but the fact that there's like this child, let's just say this child here, and then there's this adult here, it feels like you've outgrown something. Tell me one more thing, please, for Jen. The devil in reverse. Yeah. So I feel like there's definitely some sort of need to detach from something. You will be successful in the event that you decide to move forward or move on towards something else with the Six of Wands here. Ooh. Any other messages, please? The wind just started kicking. Look, it's literally the same card that came out. This Queen of Cups in reverse here. I think this is a pelican. Nope. Or this is a blue heron bird. Hold on. Let me see. It's either a blue heron or it's a pelican. There's something significant about that symbolism. So hold on for just a second. A great blue heron is carved into the jade of her throne, symbolizing balance and self-reliance. It says the biggest secret is that this loving queen may keep. The biggest secret this loving queen may keep is that she would be just fine on her own if she wanted to be. Now that's pretty powerful. Jen, that's your message. Okay? Straight to the point. Who we got next, Queen? Who we got next? I did this one too. Is that all of the ones that you had logged? Let me look at my phone. Let me see. That was really powerful, Jen. You can do what you want to do. Hold on, Jane. Jane, apparently you have next, love. Tammy, I took care of you already. And Precious. Morgan, let me write that down. Jane, Precious. If you guys are here, put your questions in the chat, please. Jane, Precious. I have a Morgan. I don't know if that's your handle here on YouTube or if you go by something else, or if I've already answered your question. Akwagu. I'm not sure if your donation was for a question or if it was just a donation. Akwagu, if you're still here and you have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat. Anastasia. Okay, I took care of Anastasia. Thank you for your donation. General clarification. The number is 963. Well, that's actually a 99. So clearly something is like 99% loaded. There's a cycle that's going to close out, but it reduces to an 18, which is the moon card. So there's something that's unseen or something that you have not been, that hasn't been revealed to you yet, Jane. You're being asked to tap into your intuition. All right, so let's see what's up. No, I'm going to use these. Let's see. Ooh. You said it glitched. Okay. This is going to be for Jane. Particularly this whatever moon energy spirit. Whatever's being hidden. I just seen the 9 of Pentacles here in reverse. And again, this is a 9. So again, it's coming out as like something being 99% done, 99% loaded. I'm also getting an energy where like you may have some sort of like help and or assistance from something or someone that's coming towards you that you're not aware of. Another 9, 99, 99%. Something is 99% loaded. But you need to make some sort of adjustment. With the Strength card here, there's some sort of like blockage to your crown chakra. I feel like you may have, I don't know if you were here earlier, you may have resonated with group 3 in the collective reading, as in like having like an overactive crown chakra or overactive third eye chakra, or something of that nature, needing to get grounded or come down back to earth so that you can kind of start to like decipher the messages that you've been getting. Because look at all of these birds. It's like there's a lot of like messages, synchronicities, that sort of thing that I feel like are happening. And then this other card that you have is the Daughter of Air. And so see, it's like you're right at achieving some level of clarity. And it feels like it's about some sort of deception or something that happened behind your back. Confirmation. What's the message, please? I just got your text message, Queen. I'm going to call you when this reading is over. And I can answer your questions for you. What's the message for Jane, please? The Ace of Wands. Something is definitely 99% loaded. You have the Chariot here. There's some sort of divine opportunity. Something's going to end up moving forward very quickly. And if I could be honest, it's like you're going to have some sort of like epiphany or aha moment where you may have lacked, yes, with the Star card here, where you may have lacked some sort of clarity in the past. You're going to end up having some sort of aha moment. You have the Star here in the Sun. And see, here's the Moon. Wow. And then it just flipped in reverse. So something that was secret, some sort of deception, something that somebody tried to get or keep from you. There's some level of failure that they either have already experienced or they will experience in the very near future with this Devil energy. They're going to be experiencing some sort of like grief or sorrow with the Three of Swords here. Okay. Any other messages about what this clarity is for Jane? Hi, Mateo. All the way from Italy. Welcome. Ooh. Jane, look. Gratuity, and it says go for it. You're going to be in your comfort zone. Look, it says time and alignment. There's something else coming into alignment. This says abundant mindset, high frequency, being gracious, positivity, and attracting what it is that you want. Externally, it says the universe has received your order. Know and feel that it's already yours or that it's already done. It also says that writing brings things into physical form. I feel like that's more so the advice for you to deal with your overactive crown chakra, overactive third eye chakra. Like it may be wise for you to start to kind of jot down some of the things that are happening or that you're seeing or experiencing so that you could begin to process them or whatever works best for you. Okay. Those are the strongest messages. Hi, Kayshawn. What up, bro? Welcome. What up, Kayshawn? And that's funny because I guess that's why I said whatever works best for you. You can put notes. If you have an iPhone, you can use the notes app and speak the notes into your phone. There's a way around anything. Don't allow things to stop you. Actually, thank you, Spirit, because now let me pull out this adjustment card again. That makes sense why that makes sense why the adjustment card was coming out. It might be time for you to shift your mindset as well, because if you focus on, and this is for everybody, this is not just for Jane, but if you focus on the obstacles or the lack, okay, it's going to be very hard for you to manifest the things that you want, deserve, and desire. I think I said this earlier in somebody else's private question with gratitude coming out sideways. It's like the moment that you start to focus on the things that you do have, the resources, options, that sort of thing, the blessings that you do have, you let the universe know, like, okay, I want more of this, you know? But if you focus on obstacles and things of that nature, you're telling the universe that's what you want more of. So you have to make a decision, a conscious decision. Where is this card at? Hold on. Because I don't know. For whatever reason, I feel like I need to take a second look at it. Adjustment. It's so interesting that you bring it up because look how her wrist look like it's in a splint or something. The spirit is asking you to make some sort of adjustment. You're being challenged to do something differently or to innovate the way that you've done things in the past. All right. Am I missing anybody? Let me go back up to these messages a little bit. And I want to get off of here in a moment. I just want to make sure I didn't overlook any questions in the chat for people who I don't know if Candace is still here. You said that you had a hard time using the link. I don't know if you're still here. Or if I might have actually received yours and you go by something else name-wise. I have to go back, but I'll figure it out. Candace, if you're still here, just go ahead and send your question, sweetheart. Keep going. Latoya. Hold on, y'all. Jennifer. Thank you. I already took your question, Jen. Latoya, I don't know that I have a donation from you. Precious, Akwagu, do you guys want me to answer any questions? Are you all still here? You're welcome, Jane. If Precious is not here, then Latoya is next. I don't believe that I have any type of donation from Latoya. All right. So anyway, I'm probably going to give you about 10 or 15 more minutes if I've been calling your name. If you gave me a donation and you wanted me to answer some sort of question, you probably got like another 10 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to just close out this reading with some clarity for the collective. For those of you that have stuck around or just got here, came here for some level of clarity. I don't want to use these though. Oh, right. Like let's double back on this right here. I want to get a light worker oracle of like what you can expect. What's the outcome of this energy for the collective? How this is going to end up. Ooh, turning around. Y'all look at that second ray of wisdom. Didn't I say in the beginning, like heavy on protection, like heavy on protection? This is honestly like reminding me of Reiki. Oof, look, y'all, heavy on protection. Look, that's in all the cards. There's some sort of like protective aura or something of that nature is something that you can count on. What's the message for the collective, please, overall? How this next cycle is like, ooh, the world. Look, literally, number 21, the world. It's like that's what's going on as above right now. Some level of protection that's coming down from the heavens. Yeah. And then on the external energy is judgment with the life path here. I don't know. This is just kind of giving me one of those energies, and they have grounding here, right? There goes the gardening analogy that we started with. It's it's giving me one of those energies where those that have been on the right side of karma, like we're in a process of being replenished spiritually, energetically. Whereas others that have been on the wrong side of karma, that too is in the process of being delivered. Okay. Let me go back down to this chat. Thank you, Michael. Same to you. Okay, Latoya, what's your question? What's your question, Latoya? I am a certified Reiki master. I'd be too maxed out, y'all. My calendar is wild, which is one of the reasons why I want to kind of take a step back and kind of make some shifts and some changes on the channels from like doing all of the zodiac readings, because that's all like good and dandy, but I really want y'all to leave away from the channel with substance, with something that is healing. And if I'm maxed out doing personal readings and zodiac readings, then I can't necessarily give from a space of my highest vibration. It's kind of on a secret menu. I'm a certified Reiki master. It is something that you can book. If it's something you guys are interested in, then send me an email and I'll send you the like hidden link to book a Reiki session. What's the message for the collective? Adjustments are required. This is external. I don't know why I'm hearing so like loud and clear. We're halfway there. I feel like this could be the moon cycle that we're in this third quarter moon or half moon or something like that. I feel like, yeah. I just feel like be still, y'all. For a moment, just be still. The other card that came out here is this: nothing will come of this situation. It's a void of course moon. It's like whatever it is that you've been like putting all your energy, your time, your money, your whatever into, is something about the situation that is literally shedding. Like when you look at this tree, like it don't have no leaves on it currently. Confirmation, it's like in the very near future that you're going to be like moved away from the old and the newest coming in. Bottom of the deck, this says full moon in Taurus, which this was a really popular card, I want to say, in the last set of zodiac readings. Your dreams need a practical plan, so do focus on that. Anything that you need to know? You don't have a specific question, Latoya? Okay, I'm gonna use one of these. It's gonna be for Latoya. That's funny because I picked up the love cards. I feel like you want to know something about your love life. Then I split the deck on this. It says open up your love channel. This is going to be for you. Absolutely right, Keisha. Yeah, glitching. Because there's a paradigm shift, y'all. It's like kind of like a quantum like leap type of vibes. What's the message, please, for Latoya? What's the message for Latoya? It's time for me to close out this reading. That's why. What's the message for Latoya, please? Ooh, rose quartz, heavy on self-love. And you also have lapis lazuli. It says who needs it? Cat people, Leos, anyone who uses the phrase in a past life. I'm totally convinced I was a ... It says where to put it: as a spiritual armor that lets the world know when I walk into a room, it's customary for y'all to bend a knee. It says when to use it: when your thoughts are not your friends. Call on lapis lazuli to help get you out of whatever your mind has gotten you into. Ascend to your rightful throne. The other energy that came out here is rose quartz. It says to take care of your heart. Okay. Without even pulling any other cards, I know for a fact, Latoya, that you've had some personal readings. And I'm not, I don't want to air you out. But I think that you've had some personal readings for a while now that kind of focused on certain individuals in your environment that are not necessarily loyal and or true to you. I feel like it's something that you may have struggled a lot with last year. But for whatever reason, the Chariot card is on the bottom of the deck here. I feel like you're going to be coming into a season, if you haven't already, where you are starting to more so embrace like self-love or taking care of yourself versus putting yourself in positions where you constantly feel like you have to take care of others. But anyway, this says what it is. It says rose quartz is love in rock form. It says who needs it? The overly self-critical, sentient, spiritual beings who love deeply. Those in the healing arts are those who want to be. It says where to put it in spaces you want to zone safe and sacred. It says held with both hands to your heart with the utmost loving kindness. It says when to use it. Girl, something about that throat chakra. It says when to use it when you feel like you always have to be the one to have it all figured out, to work the hardest, to hold it all together for everyone else. Rose quartz gives us a pink cashmere covered platform to be soft, to be sweet, and to be open to spirit. Heavy on throat chakra. I feel like that last message, like you feeling like you always have to be the one to have it all figured out or to work hardest or to be showing up in your purest form in your relationships, friendships, connections, or something like that. I feel like that's something that you have been harboring, and it's time for you to express it with this. This is a throat chakra energy where it's saying ascend to your rightful throne, like literally walking away from people and walking away from them in stride. Any last messages, please? Any last messages? Flamingo and beliefs come true. Interestingly enough, this flamingo card is typically about like enjoying friends or having some sort of balance in chaos, dealing with your emotions, mastering your energy or vibration. With this lonesome, there's only one flamingo here, right? It feels like this has been kind of like a lonesome energy, or it's a lonesome process. Like you were the only one that was trying to find some sort of balance in the chaos. You were the only one that was dealing with your emotions in a relationship. But now or in the very near future, this is the advice. You're being asked to shift your focus towards your own personal value. It says your beliefs create your reality, recognize and change your emotions. It's asking that you like reprogram your subconscious mind. And then the other thing that's coming out here is grow with popcorn in reverse. And it's kind of like now that you know, it's like if you've been in a relationship and they made a mess of something, rather it be of your time, of your energy, or whatever, of your love, or whatever the case may be. It's like you need to be in an energy where don't bother cleaning that up. They made the mess, let them clean it up. You could just move on. That's the vibe. Yeah, just say friend zoned. So time to enable some boundaries. Nasa, you made a donation much earlier, so let me see. And this is the last question that I'm going to answer. Because I want to get back to the personal readings that I owe people. And I need to call Queen and answer some of Queen's questions and concerns. This is for, I think it's pronounced Nasi or Nases, Nasi, Nase. What's the message? Spirit, I appreciate that, Keishawn. I'm really just a vessel, y'all. I'm really just a vessel. I'm hearing Oscar Mayer. Anything you could do, I could do better. It's just, I'm a vessel. Like, if you let spirit know, the right spirits too, you gotta be mindful of that. You let the right spirits know, like, I'm a vessel, I hear you, I'm open. Show me, teach me, guide me, help me to help show, teach, and guide others. They will use you as a vessel, but if you don't make that intention clear, so, and then don't be mad when they start using you as a guide, a teacher, or whatever, and it's just like you start learning certain lessons, and it's like, oh my God, you have to go through it in order for you to be able to transmute it and communicate it with other individuals, and that's not an easy task. It's easier said than done. What's the message for Nase? Nase? Ooh, nice, girl. With the 9 of Pentacles here. Okay. I kind of feel like you're going to be coming into some sort of like glow up. If you haven't already, I feel like you could have released some sort of like, this always gives me narcissist vibes. This King of Swords in reverse, because like this is more so of a Aquarius energy. This is someone who's a logical thinker. They know when to detach or remove their feelings from particular situations for the greater good of others. But this particular situation, like, detach what? They ain't got no heart to be. They don't have no emotional availability. This is someone who like, oh, I could take on a tornado by myself. I could take on a whole storm by myself. It's the energy of a person that's like, I'm going to poke holes in the ship or in the boat because I'd rather us both sink than for you to sail type of vibes. I feel like you just moved out away from that connection. Or in the very near future, you could be separating yourself from that type of person. There's some sort of opportunity or replenishment. If this hasn't already happened, be mindful that there could be an air sign that's coming towards you. This could be any of the fixed signs as well, a Scorpio, an Aquarius, a Taurus, or a Leo. Heavy on Aquarius though, okay, in Leo. This could be someone who's coming towards you, and that's the type of vibe that they have. This could also be a Scorpio with this cleaver here. I honestly feel like this has already happened, and this is an ending, and this is the energy that you're going to be moving into with this 9 of Pentacles. It's a transmutation. Tell me one more thing about this showing up for Nase. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. There's whatever was ruined, it feels like that's behind you. You've turned your back on this particular situation. You could have also experienced like a lot of losses. Look at that. With this 4 of Swords, they feel whoever this person is that you separate yourself from, they feel defeated, or they will be feeling defeated in the very near future. Oh, you could bank your you could bet your last dollar on that. And honestly, you might have. That might have been literally what you told this person. Like, I'll put my last dollar on the fact that I'm a win before you do. And I think you were absolutely right to do so. Or in the very near future, you're going to be absolutely right to do so. Because see, look at this. How like she looked like she's already made it past the finish line or through the finish line with this like arch here or this portal. And it's like this person is trapped or stopped or stalled or something of that nature. Now say, I hope that gives you some sort of clarity. Whoa. This could be someone who you are married to. One other message, please. The Grim Reaper. Yeah, there's an ending. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. I feel like that's something that you have already done or will be successful at doing. And there's a possibility that this person may try to double back on you. Don't forget what they did. That's your reading. That's you all's reading. Thank y'all for hanging out. I'm going to be on the member side of this channel tomorrow. If you booked a personal reading, you will have it this weekend. Well, those of you where like they've been like a day or two like delayed, those readings, you'll have them this weekend. I think that's all I've got. All right, Queen, I'm going to call you in a second. Bye, y'all.